And what Bitcoin is, for me anyways, at least as I see it, is an open, decentralized, secure protocol bounded by energy. And it resolves that control system. It allows us to escape the control system in favor of a protocol that allows all of the benefits of our productivity around the world to accrue to us instead of someone else. And that state change that the world is going through would be really, like, if you're measuring that state change from the state change, it would be really confusing. If you're measuring it from the new system, imposing what I just described, it would be, you'd start to see how the world heals everywhere because of Bitcoin.
The world economy is at a turning point. The system is reaching its breaking point as a result of decades of monetary expansion, manipulated interest rates, and debt-fueled growth. Inflation and inequality have obscured productivity advances that could have reduced costs and enhanced lives. Jeff Booth, however, sees through the noise to the truth. In this enlightening conversation, Booth describes how a system based on constant expansion and fiat fraud is being exposed for its weaknesses by exponential technologies. Bitcoin develops not only as an asset but also as a new basis for a deflationary, prosperous future as central banks fight to keep control. Price increases are only one aspect of the problem. Another is rewiring the system to support rather than prevent growth. Booth contends that we are dealing with a total paradigm shift rather than an economic cycle. What will emerge to replace the current system is the question, not if it will collapse. If you're intrigued by bold predictions and deep financial insights, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more engaging content. Thank you for your support and enjoy the video.
How do you help them to understand what Bitcoin really is, what it's about, and kind of why it matters so much right now?
Well, first of all, I completely understand that question, right? The first, because I didn't get Bitcoin, and nobody gets Bitcoin in the beginning. So if you had a state change, the world going from one system to another system, that would be very confusing, and you would likely misunderstand that. So ultimately, why you need to understand Bitcoin is we are going through that state change in the world. And so even though it feels hard to understand, people should stay with it because of that state change. So what is it to me? And maybe we'll start kind of in the state that everybody lives in today. We live in a control system driven by money. And that control system is an exploitative system globally that has to concentrate wealth. And as it concentrates wealth kind of accrues at the top and then joins with politics. And it has to be a control system that we lose. Humanity overall loses from that control system. And everything we do from that control system makes it stronger. As we fight within it, it makes it stronger. And what Bitcoin is, for me anyways, at least as I see it, is an open, decentralized, secure protocol bounded by energy. And it resolves that control system. It allows us to escape the control system in favor of a protocol that allows all of the benefits of our productivity around the world to accrue to us instead of someone else. And that state change that the world is going through would be really, like, if you're measuring that state change from the state change, it would be really confusing. If you're measuring it from the new system, imposing what I just described, it would be, you'd start to see how the world heals everywhere because of Bitcoin. Yeah, so technology stocks or technology products are winner take most, and until the new better technology comes along. Protocols are winner take all, and everything is built on top of a protocol. So when I was really intentional when I said the 5 words connected. So they're all the interdisciplinary, an open, decentralized, secure protocol bounded by energy. All 5 of those words matter a lot, and it's open. Anybody can choose to move to it. It's decentralized. So having more Bitcoin, it doesn't give you any more control of the network. It's decentralized around the world. It's secure. In 16 years, nobody's ever attacked it, and even worse, every single person who has tried to control it, essentially tried to cheat it, could have done better if they just bought it on the cooperative network. It's amazing. So it's actually staggering in the fact that if you cheat Bitcoin, you only cheat yourself. and more people will try to cheat Bitcoin, but that's, at least in the 16 years to date, it's proven that protocol, and protocols are winner take all. There is only one internet, and it comes in layers. You have a choice on the internet. You could be North Korea and choose for your society not to be on the internet, and they suffer the consequences. But you cannot choose. You're either on the internet or you're off of the internet. And the internet and protocols come in layers and add more and more functionalities in layers, and it's bounded by energy. So when you put those 5 things together, and you say, what would that world describe versus something that is manipulated, our time is manipulated and money is manipulated, and that would describe perfectly the first global free market that ever existed when measured from the protocol. But it would also, it would create a whole bunch of confusion because we don't see protocols very often. It would create confusion, and we see technologies more often. So it would say, it would be easy to conflate the protocol with another coin and say, I have a faster, better coin. And most people would think, it would be convinced then Bitcoin is old technology and the new one would be better. It would be normal that the transition would look exactly like it looks, because most people would misunderstand how protocols are winner take all.
The majority of people first don't grasp Bitcoin, and that's quite normal. The financial system in which we have all grown up is based on control, inflation, and debt. However, that system is failing. Bitcoin is a revolutionary technology that is changing the laws of the global economy. It is more than just digital currency. Bitcoin is subtly laying the groundwork for a genuinely free market where value flows to innovators rather than manipulators, while governments and banks struggle to maintain their hold on power. The old system won't be overthrown easily, and the transition won't be easy either. However, it is already taking place. Because they have no control over it, governments are afraid of Bitcoin. It is decentralized, open source, and intended to return authority to the people. Indeed, Bitcoin continues to encounter obstacles such as privacy issues and regulatory pressure, but it remains resilient. It adjusts. It changes. It's constructing a future grounded in reality rather than deceit, layer by layer. For Jeff Booth, Bitcoin is more than just money. It's a path to a brighter future. A society in which people, not politicians, control the technology and everyone benefits from it. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications for future Bitcoin, macroeconomic, and digital asset content before we go any further. Now, let's get into his powerful predictions.
Yeah, so let's break that into, because it's easy to say all or nothing, and but let's take pieces of that. So being an open, decentralized, secure protocol bounded by energy, then there might be a whole bunch of people kind of in the government. The government is terrible. Their government is controlling us. Everything else, and in that control structure wouldn't allow Bitcoin to be able to survive because it was open, because anybody could see the transactions. So inside there's probably some reasonable arguments to saying there's not enough privacy, and as this structure gets bigger and bigger and more concentrated, they're going to come and attack Bitcoin, and they're going to attack the protocol with everything they have to be able to stop this from removing that power, essentially by redistributing the power back to people instead of government in the natural state of the market. So they would worry about that. And in that, it might make sense to have a privacy coin. And that privacy coin might not be just somebody saying, I'm going to try to destroy Bitcoin. I'm going to try to create something that can evade that. So inside that, the nuance of that example, right, you could say, is that a good idea? And the idea of privacy is a good idea, especially if you had a massive control structure trying to attack a decentralized, secure protocol bounded by energy. Now, we've seen through this process that Bitcoin has stayed resilient in the entire time, and no government can control it, at least not yet. But I can understand why somebody might think they have to be totally private, but what you find in the protocol is developing the privacy on layers above Bitcoin. Instead of needing a new coin, that coin centralizes and becomes a problem because so there's some ideas within the coins that make sense and extend the functionality and the benefits of Bitcoin. But they come in different layers, so you don't need a new coin.
Jeff Booth acknowledges that he was initially confused about Bitcoin, which is rather common. Most folks don't. For what reason? For Bitcoin signifies a radical change from one economic system to another, not just a new kind of money. The world in which we have all grown up is one in which the few profit from inflation, debt, and centralization at the expense of the many. Despite our best efforts, we only strengthen this system, which is based on manipulation. Bitcoin, however, provides something very different. There is no government, business, or individual in charge of it. It is an energy-powered, open, decentralized, and secure system that anybody may join, but no one can control. That is the revolutionary aspect of it. According to Booth, Bitcoin is a protocol, and protocols differ from new technologies. Protocols serve as the basis for everything that is developed on top of them. Unlike programs or businesses that can be replaced by better ones, there will only be one dominant protocol for money, and that is Bitcoin, much like the internet. Faster or more flamboyant currencies will divert many people, but they are ignoring the more profound reality. Bitcoin's strength is not in speed, but rather in its purity and design. It won't be easy to go from a managed system to a decentralized one. It's messy, chaotic, and vulnerable to misunderstandings, but every true revolution starts like that. We're seeing more than just the development of money. Power returns to the people through code and mathematics rather than politics, marking the beginning of the first truly global free market. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications if you thought his viewpoint was helpful so you don't miss any updates. We'd love to know what you think about the future of cryptocurrency markets, so please share your ideas in the comments section. We appreciate your time and hope to see you in the next video.